we've got a major problem. Huh? Mayor Claus. Estelle, Joshua, and Charizard. Am I glad to see you? Saved by the bell. What's wrong, sir? And why are you in such a hurry? This is terrible. My home. Disaster. It's gone. What? Alright, calm down, Mayor Claus. Take a deep breath and let it out. Ha! Ha! Apparently, it seems as though my home was robbed while I was out. What? That's not being calm at all, Estelle. I had something to speak with Father Divine about, so I was over at the chapel, and when I came home, it was rather odd for no one to greet me at the door, so I looked around, and the rooms were in a state of great disarray. Wait, what about your wife and Lita? Don't worry, they're both fine. I found them locked up in the attic room. That's a relief to hear. It's lucky that no harm came to anyone. It won't get us anywhere just sitting around here, so could you take us to the crime scene, Mr. Claus? Absolutely. I appreciate your cooperation. Wait for me. I'm going too. Good idea. We may be able to be of some help. Well, if you insist. Ana, we'll be at the mayor's place investigating the incident. If you have anything come up, just toss it on Ridge's shoulders. I'm sure he's relaxing at the bar anyway. Yes, I'll do that. And everyone, be careful. Wow, this place is an absolute mess. The crooks really tore through here. Look at the safe. The septum, which was supposed to be given to Her Majesty the Queen, has been stolen. I'm really sorry, especially after having you go through all the trouble bringing it here. It's not you who should be apologizing, it's the crooks who are in the wrong. By the way, how are the other rooms in this house? The other rooms, for the most part, appear to have been left untouched. They're about as messy as the attic room in which my wife and Lita were locked up in. Estelle, Joshua, there's something I want you to do. Which is? I'll speak with the mayor about the incident. I want you two to check out the inside of the house. You mean like an on-site investigation? Are you sure we're up to the task? Since we're all here, splitting up would be the best way to cover the most ground, no? Alright, we'll see what we can do. Proceed carefully and deliberately. Alright, Mayor Claus. How about we talk in the parlor? Sure. Now, where to begin? An on-site investigation, huh? I'm starting to get butterflies in my stomach. How about we start from this room? And let's not forget to ask for witness statements from other residents. Sounds like a plan. Alright, let's begin looking around. This is just a clutter box, right? It's empty as well. The box lock looks like it was burned off. The criminals may have used an orbital gun. It's just like the mayor to have a ton of difficult books like this. It looks like he's got some valuable antique books here as well. The criminals either had no idea about the value of the books or they were in search of something else. What's over here? This place is all torn apart. Lita would probably faint if she saw this. It looks like all the books on the shelf have been scattered about the room. It seems kind of senseless to have done all this to distract us from what they really took. It's just like the mayor to have a ton of difficult books like this. Looks like he's gonna read all this. Yeah, we know about that. So let's check the gift that we delivered to the mayor for the queen is those crooks are not gonna get away with this. It doesn't look like they jimmied the door either. They must have decrypted the combination and opened it, or could they really have cracked the combination? It's not impossible. I imagine that it'd be difficult for anyone beside a skilled pro. My best guess is that they figured out the combination using a much simpler means. What do you mean by simpler means? Well, let's see. They could have, for example, dusted the buttons with a special powder. A powder like that would have had absorptive properties and due to its fineness, it would be invisible to the naked eye. However, if a blue light were placed over it, it would glow. Alright, and? Now let's imagine for a minute that the mayor entered the combination with the powder present. The powder on the buttons would stick to his fingers and come off. This would be one way to know which buttons were pressed. Wait a minute. Wouldn't they still not know the order in which the buttons were pressed? That's not exactly the case. As the powder collected on the fingers increased, the amount taken from the button would decrease. In other words, the crooks would press the buttons in order from the least luminescent. It might be a little more difficult if there were duplicate numbers, but the crooks should be able to make a pretty good guess as to what they are. It makes sense, Joshua. Are you a genius or something? That's just basic knowledge. Anyway, let's check out the buttons. Just as I thought, powder was used. Now there's no doubt in my mind that this safe was opened using the same method I just explained. Oh, right. Now the big question is, who dusted the buttons with the powder? We know it would have to at least be someone who visited the residence. Right. Now, figuring out who that is, that's going to be the tricky part. Now let's keep looking around. Right, that's a balcony. I don't think we need to go there. Let's talk to Vita and we'll check the attic. Clues up here. What's this? Huh? What's this? We found a service leaf. Don't you think it's a bit strange for a leaf to be in a place like this? On top of that, it's not a type that grows around here. You're sharp, Estelle. This is the place where the residents were locked up. It was probably dropped by one of the criminals as they were locking everybody up. So it's a key piece of material evidence, right? Okay. Let's see if we can talk to Vita and the wife. I had such a scare. I was cleaning up the attic when suddenly a bunch of masked men came barging in. Masked men, huh? That means this wasn't a one-man job. How many people were in the group? I'd probably guess about 3 or 4. Oh, that reminds me. One of them was short. It might have been a girl. A girl was with them. Let's talk to the wife. Are you all right, ma'am? Yes, I'm fine. The intruders weren't violent towards us. Is there anything you noticed in particular about the intruders? They were wearing masks, so I wouldn't be able to tell you about any specific features. That reminds me, I'm certain the front door was locked. I locked the door just to be safe since my husband had gone to the chapel and there were just the 2 of us here. I wonder how in the world they got in. So the door was locked. They still managed to get inside. Let's investigate some more. Figure out how they got in, perhaps. They said that the door was locked at the time of the burglary, right? It doesn't look like the lock has been broken either, which means they got in another way. Let's check the windows, maybe. Maybe the balcony out here. This window? This pot. This pot's been tipped over, but there's nothing inside. It looks like it only been tipped over after being hit by something with force. Alright, and that's not extremely helpful. Maybe they got like a ladder or something. What's this? Look, there are some marks on this railing. You're right, and they're fresh too. It looks like something metal dug into the wood. Maybe like a grappling hook. Alright, I think we got all the clues. Let's go talk to Shira. I had the mayor run me through all the details. How about you two? Did you find anything? Yep, we found lots of new evidence. Alright then, let's check the details one by one and see what you've come up with. First off, what were the criminals after? They were after the septum in the safe. How many of them were there? 3 or 4? Where did they get into the house from? From the terrace on the second floor. Point blank, what is the portrait of those thought to have committed the crime? Let's see. A traveler who visited recently. Maybe, that student. What was her name? Josette. Wow, you did a good job investigating. It looks like we'll be able to specify who the criminals are with this information. Mayor Kloss, over the past 2 or 3 days, have you had any new faces in your study? When you put it that way, I guess there's been a number of people. That reporter from the magazine company was one. Oh, so those two came to visit you too, huh? But at the time of the crime, they were with us at the Esmolus Tower. I think we can cross them off the list of suspects. I see. So, Mayor Kloss, were there any others? Other than that, there was only Josette. Ha ha ha. But let's not kid ourselves here. Ha ha. I think it's to be a bit of a stretch for her to be our thief. After all, she's a student at the Royal Academy. Criminals aren't always dressed so they can be easily spotted. As for a school uniform, if somebody put their mind to it, they could create a replica. But I'm telling you, she was a really nice girl. She was modest and courteous. Right, Joshua? I'm sorry to say this, but I completely disagree. Huh? During that time when the mayor put the septum into the safe, that girl's eyes lit up like a hunter's eyeing her prey. Of course, since I had no conclusive evidence, I couldn't call her out on it. But at least to me, she didn't look like any ordinary student. You must be joking. Unbelievable. At any rate, it looks like we're going to have to ask this girl a few questions. You wouldn't happen to know where she is, would you? If I remember right, she should be staying at the hotel, but she said something about taking off from Roland sometime today. Well, it looks like we're going to have to hurry then. Estelle, Joshua, let's try the hotel first. Right. Understood. Wait. Let's get to the hotel. Hopefully we can catch her before she leaves. I'm stuck on the porch. Hotel's right here. Estelle, Joshua, and even Charizard. Is something the matter? Do you remember a girl named Josette? She's a student from the Royal Academy who should be staying here. Of course I remember her, but she checked out just a moment ago. Shoot, we're a minute too late. Let's hurry to the landing port. We might be able to catch up with her. She really didn't seem like a bad girl. Quick, to the landing port. Stop. You're under arrest. This is the police. Come out with your hands up. There we are. Talk to the ticket master. Please excuse the delay. The airliner should be arriving any time now, so please be patient. Yo, Alan. It's just us, if you haven't noticed. Oh, it's you guys. Oh, and Charizard, too. Thank you, Deus, for this feast of the eyes. So, what's up? You didn't by chance happen to see a girl in a school uniform around here, did you? Girl in a school uniform? A school uniform from where? From the Genis Royal Academy. Oh, baby, those uniforms are so hot. The contrast of those neatly pleated white skirts and navy blue socks. Oh, yeah. I can see them now. I totally forgot what the boys' uniforms look like, though. This is one obsession I just don't get. Thus defineth man's eternal struggle. Back on topic here. So you didn't see a girl in a Royal Academy uniform? Nope, not this month. And believe me, I'll watch for those. I check all the passengers boarding and disembarking, so I can tell you at least that she hasn't come here, which means she came to Roland along the road without using an airliner. This complicates things. Our search field suddenly got much bigger. Come to think of it, there must be others, so they've got to be hiding somewhere. Wait, that reminds me. What does, Estelle? Pull out the leaf. Estelle pulls out the Servius leaf found in the attic. I almost forgot that we found this. Could this be some sort of clue? Oh, right, we did find that. Shira, do you know of any places nearby where Servius trees grow? Servius trees, huh? I'm pretty certain they grow in Mistwald, south of Roland. Mistwald. That's the forest in the opposite direction from home as Roland, right? It seems like it's worth looking into. That settles it. Let's hit up the highway through Roland's South Gate. You're really excited, aren't you? Well, whatever it is, good luck. Alright, let's go. Wait up, you're running like a crazed lunatic. Who can just walk at a time like this? Oh look, it's Niall and Dorothy. Maybe I should think about cutting back on these blasted cigarettes. What are the two of you up to? You kids again, huh? Actually, we've got to get to Bose ASAP. But the airliner's not even here yet. I know, that's why we're heading there on foot. It'll take some time, but it's not a distance that we can't cover by ourselves. Well, don't wear yourselves out too badly. By the way, are you after a scoop or something? Yeah, and the mother of all scoops, too. No time to talk. We've got to make it there today. I wonder if Niall's going to be alright. See you later, Estelle, Joshua. Well, aren't they a lively pair? Friends of yours? Those were the two reporters from one of the jobs Dad asked us to take over. I wonder what's going on. Well, it doesn't matter. Let's just get down to the landing port. Before that, let's check a couple things out. Landing port. I meant to say the forest. I want to see if I can open any slots on my orbment first. Yes, we can open one. Can Josh open up any slots? No, but one's good. Alright, let's plug in a new orbment. We have Attack 1, which gives us Strength +5 and Defense -5. Evade 1 gives us Agility +1. Impede 2 prevents enemies' arts within 50% success. Eagle Eye can see enemies from a distance. And information. Let's use Impede 2, which will also give us Siphon Guard and Airstrike. And let's check out Shira's. She already got hers all plugged up. Alright, let's head over to the forest. Right, we're off. Alright. So this is Mistwald, huh? You've already been here. Can you tell us anything, Shira? Someone came through here alright. From what I can see, a number of people passed through here not that long ago. I'd wager, Mira, we're on the right track. How can you be so sure? Because tracking fugitives is an essential skill for racers. Anyway, let's check the woods. Be sure to keep your voices low. Roger that. Understood. Alright, here we are back in Mistwald. I told you we'd be back. And now we're going deep into the forest to find the criminals. What's up this way? There's the chest. We already opened that chest. A pine plant, nothing over here. I guess we gotta go the other direction. A killer bee or whatever it was. Murder hornet. Alright, let's head up. Should be, there we go. Oh, we are deep in the woods. Alright, we got a couple of bridges over here, some rhino-ciders. Which way do we want to go, though?